trouble, I do want to drop some alpha here. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is combat. So with respect to combat, at this moment in time, we're thinking that it's going to be deterministic and not instance and not turn-based. So players can only initiate combat with a ship or a fleet in the same location, and I guess by location I mean open space in a star system or in the dark areas between star systems, and also at planets and star bases. So when initiating a battle with an enemy, players will know both their own fleet and their enemy's combat score. So this is a very important concept. This is basically a quantitative metric that measures a fleet's combat ability and survivability. So based on the current design, players will be able to team up against other players to fight in almost real time. Now, another thing I can share is that starbases at this moment in time will have 5 tiers, and each upgrade unlocks an advantage for the player. So things like cheaper repair rates, warp cost, and access to planets with rarer resources. Yeah, so overall, we do have a lot of features and mechanics being built, like hangar spaces, but we want to iterate to validate and perfect game mechanics, like how combat will work exactly. So, everything we outlined is subject to continuous playtesting and could change, but I did want to give an insight into our process at a high level. So, typically chip and game design come up with a mechanic, and we carefully dissect the viability, feasibility, and usability of that mechanic. And if there's enough alignment across the stakeholders, then we freeze those requirements and send them over to the production team. If that mechanic needs some adjustments, then game design iterates and the loop starts over again. Meanwhile, prototyping across many teams is ongoing, and things like economic modeling is being done in parallel to inform and validate those game mechanics. So within the production team, there are so many people. There's the engineering team, which includes blockchain and also the front end or the WebGL people. There's also the game economics team. There's the UX. There's also art, sound, UI, and we also do collaborate with marketing intelligence and other teams within revenue operations. So, as you can see, it's a lot of moving parts that have to come together, but everyone is super, super passionate and super focused on producing Scream and, ultimately making sure that it's cutting edge and that it's a super fun and immersive blockchain native game. So yeah, that concludes my talk. So thanks everyone for attending, and it's been a delight having the community come together, and for giving me a time slot at such a historic event. Yeah, I'm gonna jump right back into Scream actually. So thanks so much everyone for having me. Hopefully that was enough alpha for you guys.
That was absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Mo. And we know that you're